Oh, good Sunday, June 7th.
My goodness, I can't believe it's June 7th.
I know.
There are two people waiting to come in.
I'll let them in.
We should let them in.
Yes, so we do have a Zoom room going today.
Yes.
So the Zoom number is, let me find it.
Do you want to go get the...
Yes, go get the clip,
Yeah,
the
go get that board.
Because on Facebook it'll work. On YouTube we'll have to give them verbal. Actually, on YouTube I've been posting the link actually.
What? This won't work on YouTube?
Yeah, it will. No, YouTube it won't because it's gone backwards. It only works on Facebook for some reason.
Oh, that's weird. But it's showing the right way on.
Now see? They see it backwards.
Yeah, that's so weird that they see it backwards.
It's because Facebook is weird. We'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
Right, guys? So I'm just letting people into the room.
So strange, I tell
So,
you. Strange, I tell you.
this will be a very different episode than normal. I didn't weigh in this week, so I don't even know that.
I did.
That's usually our first update. Didn't weigh in. Yep, I did not at all. He did.
I did. I'm
What
up,
did you weigh at, honey?
up 0.2, so I don't remember what my weight is, but I'm up 0.2.
Up 0.2.
That's all I remember. So it's 180. I think I'm at 180.8, and last week I was at 180.6.
Wow. So you're not doing that bad.
So I maintained this week, which is fantastic. I love it. I'm happy. I'll take it. I was gonna say what any goal is a hole.
Any hole is a
Any
goal.
hole is a goal. For those drag fans,
Yeah,
I knew
fans out
Rosie
there.
would get that one right away. Sorry, it just made me laugh.
So I'm just inviting people. I'm just letting people in on Zoom here.
So yeah, actually, it's I woke up on Saturday morning. Well, I woke up Saturday morning to work out, and we wanted to get a half-hour workout before we thought we were going to do workshops. But Nick was still in.
Might as well just start talking about it.
Well, we have to, because I mean that's what we have to do.
So we'll just start off with the weekly recap. We will talk about commitment today, but I did want to touch about what happened to me this week because I've been sharing it on our Facebook group. So we had a lot of workshops this week, and actually we went to a lot of weekday workshops. We visited Brussels, San Ramon, California, Winnipeg, Montreal, St. Louis, North Vancouver, Brantford, Norfolk, UK, and Pembroke Pines, Florida. And I was good all the way through Pembroke Pines, Florida. After we went to that workshop, let's just say, I realized in my head that I basically had a breakdown. I'm swamped at work, I'm very busy at work, and then just realizing I had to do so much for the WWE Gays this weekend, I kind of like my brain, and what happens to me when my brain goes into that continuous loop mode is I can't get out of it.
He was in his downward spiral.
I couldn't get out.
I wasn't even aware of it.
Yeah.
I had no clue he was in the downward spiral. I had no clue, so I wasn't even able to do preemptive work.
I was literally sitting on the couch and going, I have to do this for work, I have to do this for work, and I have to go get the show ready for tonight. We still have to work out, we still have to do dinner, and we still have to clean the condo, and I couldn't figure out which order what had to happen in. And when I'm not in control, I tend to start losing it, and I lost it.
Yeah, he completely lost it.
I completely
By
lost
the
it.
time I found out, it was already too late. He was already like, everything's done. I'm turning my computer off. I'm going to sleep.
Yeah.
And when he tells me he's going to sleep, I know at this point, okay, I have to be careful what I say. I have to, not careful what I say, but I don't want to do anything to make things worse.
Yeah.
So it was kind of hard for me even that afternoon. It was around 3 o'clock. He's gone. I still had to work, so I was starting to get my work done for the day, but worried about him. And know that I walk into the room and he's got blankets over his head. So there's another sign of, okay, yep, I don't know if he's going to be waking up tonight or if he's going to be sleeping to the next day. This is going to have to play it by ear.
So I spent most of Friday not really in the right headspace. I kind of got a bit better. That's when I did the video on our Facebook group.
Well, he went to bed. I went and did an hour and a half, an 8-kilometer walk, which is something totally out of the norm for me to do on my own. But I was like, I can't stay. I didn't want to sit in front of the TV. I was like, okay, I cannot sit in front of the TV. I need to get out. I need to do something. And I had asked him to come for a walk with me earlier, but he was not there yet. So I went and did that walk, and it was great. It really helped me, at least come back and be a little more.
And then other things that were going through my mind. So during that whole process, the other things that ends up happening is the world starts going. Like, there's a lot of stuff going on right now in the world, guys, and we know all the riots, all the stuff. Like, we're very big. We always say we're only one human race, so we don't believe in any racism. We don't believe in anybody being shunned because of who they are. We believe that everybody should be respected for who they are and loved for who they are. And so seeing that happening this week, also the isolation and then the 12 weeks of nonstop work, it got to me and I completely lost it. And it's not my first time. It's happened before. It happened.
But this is the first time in the last 11 weeks.
Yes, first time last 11 weeks.
This is the first time that he's had this
and I just basically lost it. And then so on Saturday morning when we woke up and we were supposed to do the 8 workshops that day, I was like, I am not in a state of mind.
I woke up because I wanted to get a workout in still. So I was like, you know what? If Nick wants to sleep in, I'll let him sleep in, but I'm going to go do 30 minutes. Well, and his foot was already hurting him.
My foot was hurting too, so there's another reason why I was not happy.
Yeah. So we tried to I did a 30-minute, it's hard to explain if we're in quarantine.
We're not saying we're in quarantine anymore, but it's just that it's not the norm.
But we're not.
It's not like
that makes sense.
It's not like life is normal.
No.
I'm not going to go out there and hug my friends. It's still, like, to me, this is still very abnormal to be in all this. No matter what the new norm is going to be, it's still going to be a hard time to adjust.
It's going to take time for us to adjust.
So Saturday I said I can't do workshops, so Jean-Luc emailed and sent messages to as many people as he could to let them know we weren't coming. And we sat on our butts there all day, watching movies and eating profusely.
I will say this though, I'm very proud of everything we did.
Yes.
Okay, so he wanted, first he wanted a Starbucks. So we actually we looked at Starbucks. This is how lazy we were going to be too, though. We were not physically going anywhere to pick anything up. So we wanted to see if Skip the Dishes was going to deliver Starbucks. No, but Uber Eats would have. But it would have cost us 30 some odd bucks for 2 Starbucks coffees. We said, no way, I'm not paying 30 bucks for Starbucks. Not worth it.
So we didn't go.
Then we were like, okay, let's order. We did order for lunch though.
Yeah, we had burrito boys
for lunch, but then we had pancakes for breakfast.
And then we went to our corner store. We bought 2 bags of chips, ketchup, and Doritos. We bought a piece of cake. I bought a brick of cheese. You know me with cheese. And so we got everything we were craving and basically ate it all day yesterday. I am in pain today.
And we were supposed to go out to dinner. We were going to order out for dinner then we changed our mind. We made stuff at home instead.
Pasta and cheese.
It was pasta with cheese, but that's what he wanted. So I was not going to deprive him of the wants that he wanted.
Yeah.
And so it is what it is. It's what life. It's like life happens, right? Yeah. So we weren't gonna let that.
But yesterday, through all we also had alcohol yesterday. I did already.
Oh, okay.
I thought I did. No. I clicked. So through all this yesterday, I actually started talking to Jean-Luc about what's going on with me and why I'm going through this. And it was.
If you would have just done that on Friday.
But I can't talk first. I didn't even know what was wrong.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't realize what was wrong till yesterday when I actually sat down to talk to him about it and figure out what's going on. And what's going on is that there's just too much happening. We have too much stuff going on right now. And so because of that, I can never catch up and get a break. And so that's what's been happening.
It's kind of really funny because work has not changed as far as what work is. But the thing is work is getting back to normal, but from a virtual world now.
Yes.
Work had slowed down a little bit for a while there because people were adjusting to getting their roles set from working from home, just like mine. And then all of a sudden now it's like
regular
it's picking back up, and it's like, we need to do this. Like so we have regular work schedules that are really getting hard for us to even do daily, like our midday workouts like we were doing.
And for anyone out there, I've never been diagnosed with any mental health issues, depression. I just know I have, it runs in my family, anxiety runs in my family. My mom has it, my grandmother had it, my sister, my nephew has it. So we all have, that runs in our family. So I know I have that problem, and Jean-Luc knows I have that issue. And then when my depression usually is caused by my anxiety. Mm-hmm. Usually is a like a byproduct of this. I go into this crazy phase and then I can't think clearly, and so depression comes in because then I start thinking, what's the point? What's the point of doing any of this anyways? And that's usually what ends up happening with me.
And it's different for everybody, right? Everybody manages and handles their mental process very differently. Yeah. And even myself, like Nick knows when something's wrong with me. Why?
Because you don't smile, you barely talk.
And I go silent.
It's very quiet.
I go silent. Yeah, and I know that. Like, if there's something wrong with me, you will not hear me talking.
Talking?
And I won't make my comments. I won't make my, you know what I mean? Because I normally have my little my sidebar comments that I like to make all the time.
So we did have a video come out yesterday. I have not shared it anywhere. Just like all the messages I've gotten so many messages on my phone from people in private message. I have not answered anyone. I kind of disconnected from social media all weekend just to kind of give myself a break. And so if you've messaged me, I will try to respond at some point. I don't know when, might not be today either, because I think I'm gonna relax after this today. So what's gonna change? So this is what we kind of, as we discussed it, we realized that certain things that we're doing are, we had talked about this at a workshop the other day, is want versus have. And so some things that we were doing became more of a have instead of a want.
Like we need to,
we
felt
needed
it
to
was,
do it.
it was no longer because we wanted to do it anymore. So we want to make sure that we're wanting to do everything we're doing, because the way we feel, if we're wanting to do it,
it's more fun.
It's better. It's more fun for us and more fun for everybody else, right? Like that's the thing.
So the two things that we've decided on that aspect is the karaoke and dance parties. So what we're going to be doing from now on is we're not going to schedule them. If we randomly feel on a Saturday night that we want to dance, we will just go live and dance. And if you happen to be online and want to dance with us, go ahead. The problem was happening is having to schedule it, and then we were exhausted at the end of the day and having to dance. We're like, oh my God, we don't want to do this right now, but we already promised. And that's the dilemma we always have in our head. We don't want to disappoint people, but sometimes we're tired. So we're going to be doing that instead from now on. We'll randomly...
And we're not saying anybody else or anybody who wants to start hosting dance parties on Saturdays. And I think it would be great if we all took turns doing something like that, you know? So keep that in mind. If somebody else says, hey, I'll host it this weekend.
So we won't be scheduling them ourselves anymore, though. We might randomly come online and be dancing at any point. It could be even daytime, anytime. We'll just come on and dance, and then that's what it'll be. But we won't be scheduling it anymore. The other thing that we realized is we need to have a week off per month. So we will actually be booking off a week per month now, where we will not be doing any visits to workshops. We will not be doing any live shows. We will actually take a full week off all the time for an entire week for the month. So this month we're actually doing it the 29th of June to July 5th. We actually took some days off from work as well, so we're going to be off for that entire week. We will post, of course, like our vacation.
We'll still be talking to people.
We'll still talk to people. We won't disappear, but we won't have scheduled live videos, scheduled videos to release. We'll just be taking a break. Something else that's going to change too is we're now combining Workshop Roulette with our Sunday shows, and that's why you guys are on Zoom tonight. So instead of doing it 2 nights a week, we're going to have Workshop Roulette and our live shows be into one show itself. We will be picking our own word. It will no longer be the word, it will no longer be related to the topic.
We might use both.
We might use both.
Depending.
But we'll pick our topic, and that'll be what we'll be discussing. So you guys will be able to discuss the WW topic in your WW workshop, and then you can join us on Sunday to talk about a different topic that we want to touch on. So that's the changes. And another change is we're not going to be doing any weekday workshops this week. We're taking a week off from weekday workshops. We need our nights off this week, so we're taking a week off. But next Saturday we have a list of workshops. And
we will be making up as much as we can for the ones that we missed this weekend. Yeah. We'll try to reschedule them.
We've also reduced that in half. We're no longer doing 8, 9. We're doing maybe 4, 5, and even less. And we're now only going to locations that request us. So for a while I was doing locations that had not been requesting us, but now we're doing only locations that ask us to visit because it's just too much. So again, we want to still do what we can. We're still going to post every day on our group. We're still going to be doing the WW confessions, but we're only going to do it during the week. Saturdays and Sundays will be off. So we're still going to do stuff every day. We're just going to reduce a bit of the extra work so that I'm not going to go crazy and go back down the deep end again, because I don't want to go back there.
And the thing is when you end up going down the deep end sometimes, what do you end up wanting to do is giving up completely.
Yeah.
Right? And that's not what I wanted from Nick right now, because at
one point my brain was I wanted to delete everything and be done. Like I get like that. When I get depressed, I get self-destructive.
Well, I think everybody does, and I think that's a great segue to what we're talking about, right?
Yeah.
It's making a commitment to something, and we are huge people that when we commit to something, we commit to it fully. Like when we're committing to our friends. If a friend says, okay, we're meeting each other at 7 p.m., we're usually there at 6:45.
We do not like canceling plans.
We hate canceling plans.
We hate canceling plans.
We hate canceling plans. We feel guilty canceling plans.
And so even with you guys, if we say we're going to do something and we don't, like that was one of the things on Friday that was also diving me on spiral. It was the fact that all of you were waiting for us, and he was looking forward to it too.
I was
the one who was making it end, and so that made me feel even worse. And it just
the funny part about it is it goes to show you what your mental state goes in. Because last Friday when we walked off of roulette, Nick's was the best thing we ever did. I can't wait to do next week. This is so amazing. This is incredible. This is that. Well, on Friday when I was talking to him right before when he decided to cancel everything, he's like, I don't want to do anything anymore. So it's so funny how you're in a flip of a switch.
That's what happens to me. But you're the same way.
I think that's what happens. What I'm trying to say, that's what happens to everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not just you. It's not just me. That's a normal state of mind when you're in that negative mind thought process. Yeah. That it's all or nothing again. And I think what ends up happening is at these point in times when you have those moments, we need to go back to reassess our moments and say, okay, try to apply the 80-20 rule. 80-20 rule. How can I make this 80% of my life and not 100% of my life?
And that's what we're doing right now. Because we love, like we said, we love Workshop Roulette, we love our live shows. And so we said, why not combine them? So we'll find a way to talk to you guys, maybe 1 or 2 people instead of a bunch of people. So we'll shorten it. It'll be just 1 or 2 people will discuss the topic, and it'll be a random person again. And then we'll be able to just talk about our weekly catch-up and still do a topic every week. And I just think it'll give us our Fridays and Saturdays back too as well. I won't lie. We're looking forward to being able to.
And who knows? Maybe in the winter it'll be different because we won't be wanting to go outside. Yeah. We won't be wanting to do anything. Right now, I want a bike. Yes. I really want a new bike.
Want to go for a bike ride.
I'd love to go for a bike ride. The other day when I went for that 8-kilometer walk, and the paths we have around here is phenomenal. And I was just out there, and it was so weird. It was quiet, and there's a lot of people, mind you, but it was still quiet, and it was such a great walk. It really made me think, oh my goodness, I need to do this more often.
Yeah.
I need to do this more often.
So thanks to everyone again for all the messages, and I will respond. And all this stuff, I saw Paula, and I saw Rosie, I saw a bunch of people post stuff in our group, just comments. I think all of you posted something at some point, so everybody's in, I cried a lot throughout the last 2 days, let's just say. So, hi Siva. Yes. And plus the cats were very, 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 very therapeutic. They helped me a lot. And he did too, of course. He helped me the most. He always helps me the most when I get like that. So, he knows how to take care of me when I'm in that.
Well, it's funny because we wanted, what was it last night? We ended up getting Burrito Boys for lunch, which was delicious, which was good because we hadn't had it in a long time. And that was a huge go-to for us back in the day when we were on program, and we knew we would count a burrito from Burrito Boys at about 20 points. Yeah. So that would be our big meal for the day. But for dinner, we were like, oh, let's get lasagna. Let's get like pasta or something like that. And we couldn't find anything on the menu that we actually wanted to eat from a restaurant.
So we made it.
So we ended up I had a bag of...
We have a bunch of stuff in our house which are foods that we're not eating because we bought them thinking they were low points, but they ended up being a lot of points.
A lot of points
because
so
we keep them on reserve for those days when we're not tracking. So, we'll have it today. Like
we had
a box of Vector cereal.
Oh yeah, a box of Vector cereal, 10 points per bowl.
Oh my god.
And it's a half a cup is a serving, I think it is. And we're like, and then
points.
plus
the milk.
I'm like, 13 points for nothing? No.
So it stays there, and that's when we have those days that we're kind of not really...
We didn't even calculate the points for last night.
Nope.
We can't. Because I ended up having there was a bag of risotto that we had in the cupboard that we thought was low points. We miscalculated it, and when we went to make it a long time ago, we were like, can't make this. This is not even feasible. So last night we made it all.
Yeah.
And then we threw half of it out.
Yeah,
we promised ourselves we could not.
There was no food to be left over after last night. So anything at the end of the night that was still not finished, we threw it in.
We had to get rid of it.
And we don't like wasting food.
We hate wasting food.
It. But we knew that we had to do this because we can't go down that.
We didn't want today to be a free for all again. Yeah. Right? Because if we would have left that, it would have been just like, well, we're eating this again today. It would have been hard. It would have been harder for us to say back on track today. Yeah. Today is our Monday.
Yeah.
And it has been.
It has been. We've been pretty good today.
Yeah.
I've only eaten 1 point.
That's all you had?
No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
You know,
6.
because you had 2
Six.
strings too. Yeah,
6
you had
points.
6 points.
6 points.
I had 7.
Yeah.
6.
So that's all we've had today.
6.
So 2 things I wanted to make sure that, so we did release a video on Saturday that was scheduled to go. I have not posted anything on Facebook yet, but I will later tonight. It's how we cleaned our pantry. And we show you guys what we did to clean it in terms of how we organized it, the way we did it, why are we doing it, so.
And you know what? Yes, we are very honest, Linda. We want to tell you guys, we'd rather be honest about it. What's it going to do to help us by telling lies? And we want you guys to realize that your honesty with yourself is huge on this journey.
One of the things this week on the W Confessions was I used to binge, like
we have a visitor.
I know, he always comes visits now.
We have a visitor.
It's like we feel that if we hid what we're going through, then we're not being 100% authentic and saying what it is to go through this journey. You can't think that this is easy all the time.
No,
it's not easy all the time.
And I think what we want people to realize too is that we know what you guys are going through when you have those days where you're just like, oh my God, I'm totally off the rails. But guess what? You're not. And that's just being human.
Yeah.
And I think that's so funny because again, back to this whole commitment thing, it's like you have to almost commit. There's so much commitment involved in this journey. And it's a commitment to be honest with yourself, a commitment to be honest with others, a commitment to do the best you possibly can on a daily basis. Mm-hmm. And that's the only thing you can do is try your best. And that's what we did yesterday. We tried our best yesterday.
And that's why we shared, and that's why I've shared in the past that I have mental health issues. Jean-Luc has shared in the past his gambling addiction. Like we share what we've gone through because we want to make sure that people have that I can relate, because we never felt we had someone to relate to when we were going through this. We thought that we were the only ones that could not do this, that could not lose weight, that this was impossible for, that why was it so hard to do this for? And we thought that everybody else it was easy. Even though we met people in our workshops that they struggled as well, we never had the conversations that we have today now with all of you, where we're being as honest as possible. Like we hear Kim's conversations with us. We've spoken to Shannon a few times, and Carrie, and there's a few people I see now in the chat, like we've spoken to you, like Heather, about her surgery she just had. Like we're all going through different things, and so by the fact that we're now sharing it, it just shows that we're all human. We're all going through different things, but we're all helping each other out to get
exactly, and that's the thing. I mean, even look at Rosie posted the other day, yesterday. She's like, "I'm okay, everybody, but I've got stuff going in my head," and I think it's really good when you take those moments to tell people, saying, okay, guess what? You might not hear from me for a bit because I need to sort through things.
Yeah.
And I think we need to give ourselves those allowances, and it's okay to be in those moments and to have those moments of, I need to be alone right now, right? I need to have my own moment to think, because sometimes it gets overwhelming because you're going through your own thought processes. And then, of course, we're helping each other out. But by helping each other out, sometimes you need to step back and pause. And again, where do you have to put that oxygen mask on first? Yourself. Where? So if you're helping so many people like we do, and we know we try to help as many people as we possibly can, and we apologize if we don't get to all of your messages and all of everything. But sometimes we have to say, okay, wait a minute here. I'm not going to be able to help them if I'm not helping myself right now, right? Yeah. I'm not going to be able to make a reasonable, or give them a reasonable piece of information because I'm not able to follow it.
Yeah, if I'm not in a good headspace, I can't really give good, honest, or good advice if I'm not, going through it correctly myself. So yeah, so again, we wanted to touch on this today because it's something that I went through this week, and it's funny because a lot of people say, "Oh, you're very courageous." I had to share because it would have been weird if we would have canceled and then not given a reason as well.
I love what Jane just said too. Jane McDonald just said, it's okay not to be okay with stuff.
And someone on the chat, PJ Paz, said, I don't know, he or she said that they are afraid of sharing about their mental health issues. And that's okay. This is like, believe me, before this, I would have never shared it. This is only because I now feel like I want to share because I want to help other people, but you don't feel obligated to share your own journey.
I think when it comes to sharing something like that, you have to make that decision on your own. And I guess Seba has decided that we needed a fur coat tonight.
Go Seba.
So Seba decides to sit in front of the
Zoom camera.
Okay,
so what did we do today?
What did we do today? Okay, this is the hilarious part. So yesterday, sat around, did absolutely nothing all day. We watched movies. How many movies did we? Well, we watched a lot of. We are now watching Jane the Virgin, but we're up to now the part where it's just Jane because she's not a virgin anymore.
Yeah.
Sorry if I broke it.
Spoiler alert.
Sorry if I spoil it for you. She ends up losing it.
Yeah.
But it's actually quite a funny show. We love it because it reminds us of Ugly Betty. And I keep saying, are we watching Ugly Betty? And then I'm like, oh, right, it's not. We're watching Jane the Virgin. But it's similar shows. So we watched a lot of that. And then we decided, there was one episode that was really depressing.
Let's just say I cried.
Yeah, we were like, okay, this is not what we're meant to watch now.
Yeah.
It's not making us laugh anymore. So change to movies. And we have movies that we go to, and they're all these old school movies when we want to watch movies.
Over and over again.
So we watched Troop Beverly Hills. We watched, what else did we watch last
We watched, I can't remember all of them.
Poseidon Adventure.
Yes.
We watched...
I'm getting confused because we watched them the other day,
We watched movies on Friday, too.
The Day After Tomorrow.
We did a bunch of those movies. Yeah. And then finally we went to bed. It was probably around 10:30, 11 o'clock.
Yeah, we went to bed early.
We went to bed early.
I slept till 10:40.
And then Troop Beverly Hills is one of my favorite movies. Love it to pieces. We bought it. That's how much I love that movie. And then Clue is another one of my favorite movies. Soap Dish is another one of my favorite movies. I just watched
First Wives Club.
First Wives Club. And then we just watched one today that I really wish we had on DVD.
The TV one.
Yes, which was Stay Tuned. Birdcage. I totally forgot about the Birdcage. But Stay Tuned, if you've never seen that movie.
Yeah.
Love Stay Tuned. And then another one.
What's funny is that I hadn't seen it before, and you're like, oh, I don't know if you've ever seen this. I'm like, I've seen this one.
That's a first.
That's a rarity.
And
that I've seen something.
Big Business is another one of my favorite movies with Bette Midler and Lily Tomlin.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we did that, and today I woke up at 11, so I had a 12-hour sleep. That's why I'm very awake today. My brain is feeling better today because I slept a lot. And then we cleaned the entire condo. We spent 2 hours. We even cleaned our windows. We moved the couch. We vacuumed. We cleaned everything.
Yeah.
We did
top to bottom.
We did groceries. We went to the pet store, and then we came back, made dinner, and got ready for this. And now we're here.
We went to get popcorn at the Bulk Barn. The Bulk Barn it said 6 o'clock on the app, but they closed at 5. So we get to the door, and the lady's at the door, which was great. And Nick's like, "Oh, they must have an allowance of people." And she's like, and he's like, "Oh," so he tries to open the door again. She's like, I'm like, "Hun, they're closed." He's like, "No, it says 6. I'm like, "Look up." But there was 2 signs, one above the other.
They were closing at 5.
It
was 4:56. She would let us in.
But I don't think she would let us in, which was fine.
We went across the street to No Frills.
Across the street to the No Frills, and we have the Loblaws here in North York that we go to.
We've had no popcorn in weeks.
There's been no popcorn there whatsoever, so we haven't been able to get popcorn there. So we go to the No Frills, and there's never a line in our store.
No.
This No Frills, the checkout line went wrapped around the entire store. I had never seen that yet. It wrapped, and I could not believe it. And what was frustrating to me was the fact that people were in line with their carts, running to get stuff as their cart was being, as they were doing groceries. I'm like, okay, if you're not done your groceries, maybe you should not be waiting in line to pay. And I get the whole process of, having... We found some popcorn, Paul. We found some every single time. It's been a very hard... When we buy some now, we buy a ton. And we have a stock of it. I never buy
Orville
Redenbacher popcorn. Never do. And I bought 3 containers of it today.
Yeah.
So, Orville it is.
Yeah. So, we did that. So, now today's topic, commitment. So, what's funny is that we didn't really prepare for this topic today because commitment to us is... We wanted to talk about 2 really main areas of commitment. So there's commitment to yourself and commitment to the program. And those are 2 separate entities in themselves.
And within those 2, there's others.
Because a lot of people say, oh, I joined the program and I failed. Or they'll tell themselves, I failed. But you can't fail the program because the program has no rules. So when you commit yourself to the WW program and you say, I'm going to do this and I'm going to launch myself into this new adventure of your life, you can't say that you failed because, again, you're committing to the program, but the program is not, there's no rules. And so therefore you can commit to the program in any way you want. So there's no way to fail. And that's what I'm trying to get to. So that there's that commitment there. There's also a second commitment to yourself. Now this is where you can fail. Because commitment to yourself means always trying to find the best way to get through things. Always find the best way to push through. Always find the best way to make the best choices for yourself. And that commitment can falter. And that's what just happened to me this week. And that was a perfect example of how commitment to yourself can be tarnished or ruined based on your choices that you make. And that's not just with things you make in terms of choosing your life choices, but it could also be the foods you eat, the activities that you're choosing not to do or choosing to do.
But I kind of find, and this is me being, because this is funny, because you could tell we haven't prepared anything.
We're just chatting right now.
We're just totally chatting. Because in my whole process, when we talk about committing to something, I guess there's commitment. Oh my goodness, I lost my train of thought. Because when we're committing to something, it's meaning is I'm going to do my very best to do as much as I possibly can.
But I think a lot of people think that means 100%. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, yeah. Committing does not mean I need to be in all, be all, doing everything right
100% all the time. Yeah. And so that's why I was kind of alluding to. So when you're saying you're committing yourself to the WW program, there's no rules. So there's no way for you can say you failed. So yeah, you're committing yourself to the program and you can do whatever you want on the program, choosing the program you want, blue, purple, or green. You can choose the foods you want. There's no foods that are off limit. So that's why I say that when you commit to the WW program, there's no way you can fail. Because failure is if you fail yourself. And that's when you're saying you're committing to yourself. And our why this time is because we wanted to commit to ourselves.
Well, and I kind of want to say something in the sense of when you do commit to certain things, I think you have, again, commitment is a sense of control.
Commitment doesn't mean perfection.
Right. But commitment puts us in control. We can control as far and as much as we want to commit to something.
Yeah.
And I think what ends up happening is we, as human beings, sometimes overcommit as well.
Yes, and that's what I was trying to allude to earlier.
We sometimes overcommit. And we don't do it purposefully. We don't.
And sometimes it's just little pieces get added on at a time too, so we don't realize that.
Well, and this is something that I spoke to Nick about the other day as well when we were talking about the schedule. Nick is very, very anal retentive. He's very scheduled. He's very disciplined when it comes to certain things. And as much as you guys don't know this, he is obsessed with his calendars and his Post-its and his stickies, and he puts these on here. And I'm sitting there sometimes, and I don't want to say anything because I don't want him to think that I don't want to do anything. So I allow him to put and schedule things as much as he wants. And then I allow him to pull back as much as he wants. I never say no. I'm the type of person that if he wants to do a video on something, I will do the video on something. I'm the type of person that's what I am. While he sometimes thinks those become an obligation, right? A commitment and an obligation are very different things. When you're obligated to do something, it's because you have no choice. Like paying your taxes, paying your bills, paying your loans. That's an obligation, right? But when it comes to the choices that you make, you're not obliged by those choices, and you're allowed to make. What? I keep looking at. Looking down here to you guys. I keep forgetting you guys are up there. I think what happens is we need to make sure that we're differentiating between being committed to something and being obligated to do something as well.
And I think that's the thing for me. Like we both are both like this. When we tell someone we're going to do something, if we schedule something and we say we're going to do, we feel that we're committed and obligated to do it. And so what we're trying to learn is that we're not obligated. We can commit to things and try our best to do them, but if we can't succeed at them, it doesn't mean we fail, it doesn't mean we're a bad person. It just means that sometimes there's just too much to do and we try to do our best. And I think that's the thing that we're trying to show everyone on this. It's if you apply the same idea to your WW program or your wellness journey, whatever wellness journey you're on, you're making a commitment to the program and a commitment to yourself, but you can't you're not obliged to do everything that is said on the program. You're not obliged to always be 100% and perfect. You
We
can't.
kept talking about it in the workshops this week
Yeah.
because it was about,
Unhelpful thoughts.
unhelpful thoughts, and we're like, is the WW police gonna come knocking at your door and like put handcuffs
If you
on you
didn't
and
put-
say, sorry?
If you track something and it's not tracked correctly, will
no
they jump out of the back of your app and be like, hey,
How dare you?
we'll arrest you now. Here's -6 points for tomorrow. Like, they don't do that. And that's the thing. Like what we're trying to say is that the program is there for you. The tools and I know we're using W as an example. Whatever you're doing to be healthy right now, whatever you're trying to do, your commitment to your activity, your commitment to the foods you're eating, those aren't obligations. Don't feel like you have to do these. You want to do them in order to improve your life and to be healthier, to be better. But you're not always obligated to do them. So if today you wake up and you said, I'm going to run every day, but today you wake up and your foot hurts, like mine has been hurting for the last 3 days, it's okay to take a break. It's okay to sit down and take that time to let your foot rest or your leg rest, because the more you try and push it, the more you can hurt yourself, and then eventually you can't even run at all. And so sometimes you have to take that time to sit back and relax.
You don't want it to happen.
And yes, I know I'm the worst to talk about this because I do that too, but I know I need to practice what I preach.
And that's probably one of the hardest things.
Yeah.
It's the hardest things. It's to actually practice what you preach, right? We try to do it the best we possibly can.
Yeah.
And it is your body trying to tell you to slow down. And Nick is a huge part of this get put together, right? He does a lot of the social media stuff. I answer a lot of the emails. I do a lot of other background stuff that you don't see, but he does a lot of the social media stuff. And I've told him from the get-go, this is something that you want to do. I'm not controlling how much you want to do it, but he sometimes overdoes himself. And I think that's what we sometimes all do, is we overcommit ourselves to things, and then then those things no longer become a commitment. We feel they become obligations. And then at that point, when you feel it's an obligation, you have a harder time getting rid of that. Because when you're like, oh my goodness, I have to do this because people are expecting me to do this, and if I don't do this, I'm gonna feel bad and I'm gonna feel terrible, and then it just destroys you. So when you're thinking about these commitments, is making sure that you're able to sometimes say no to that commitment. I think sometimes you have to say, okay, I need to take a step back from this.
And I know sometimes it might not be the best option, because say, I don't know, you committed to throw someone a party of some kind, or you've committed to doing something for someone and you can't. Sometimes you need to just talk to that person or the group of people and tell them why. And that's why I, on Friday, told everyone why I could not commit to our shows this weekend. I raised my hand and said, I have a problem. I can't do this. And so it would have been worse for me to sit through all those workshops yesterday morning and this morning, and sit through all the stuff and be depressed inside and try to put it in front of everyone, or even have problems doing that, instead of just taking the time to just say, no, I'm not going to do it. And I know I felt obligated in my mind, because I said I was going to do it. I scheduled these things. I should be there. But I'm not obligated. We do this on our own choice. We do this at our own, we do this. We choose to run our YouTube channel. No one's telling us you got to release this on this date, right? So.
But because we know that when we do it, it helps so many other people.
We feel that
sometimes
we feel guilty if we don't do it.
But we've also, and it's funny because this has happened before. Nick has gone through this before.
It's not my first time.
Where he gets so excited about doing things that he just has all these ideas and he needs to get them all done right now, and he doesn't know how to space things out. It's, again, learning how to do 80-20, right? It's applying these 80-20 rule. That's 80-20 rule not only to our food and our activity and our program, but to our lives now.
Yeah.
Now it's adapting how we live our life. And we're gonna be as honest. We sometimes get activity in, or we're doing our lunch activity where we're like, oh, I wish we would have done a harder core activity today, but we want to make sure that we're
doing a walking class
so everybody feels they can participate.
But then it's like, then we're undoing what we want to achieve and push ourselves, because we are trying to do.
So we're trying to find that balance on everything.
Exactly.
Right?
So that's another thing we forgot to mention. We won't be same with activities. So our workouts, I forgot to say that. Our workouts in the morning are at lunch. we are not scheduling those
We
anymore.
can't promise we're going to be there, but whenever we're online, we will be there.
Yeah.
But we can't commit to saying that we're going to be there every day.
Sorry, Lynn, but we will be on at some points throughout the day. We'll figure it out. Like we just don't want to. We want to be able to do what we want.
Yeah.
When
And
we
it's
want
not
it.
only that. We want to make sure that we can, because if there's a day where we can't get up early in the morning, we don't want anyone sitting there expecting us to be there and then having to cancel anyways, right?
Yeah.
So we'd rather just be able to say, okay, we're going live today. This is when we're live.
And that's the same thing we want to do with the dancing. Like we could be on a Friday afternoon and be like, you know what, we haven't gone let's go dance right now. Just go live on YouTube for an hour and just dance with you guys. And that's what we want to change. We want to make it spontaneous and more that when we want to do it and we want to have fun with all of you guys, just come on. And if you happen to be available at that time, then awesome. If not, next time you'll catch us. We'll do it. You know, we dance all the time. We love dancing.
And
Rosie loves to dance too.
And we'll probably end up doing like a dance party. We might do one night of singing of Ken at some point, but it's never going to be a scheduled thing.
Yeah, it's not going to be scheduled anymore. So I hope you guys enjoy. We kind of want, like, it's funny because the commitment thing was not, it was our original topic.
We are recommitting to all of you to being human beings.
Yes.
We're
no longer robots.
Human beings. And it's not like you expected us to be robots, and we
No.
never felt that way.
No.
We were
Putting that onto ourselves.
And Nick was putting it on to us more than me, because I never made it feel, I never felt the way he did, and I don't want him to feel that way, so I'm willing and able to do anything he wants. I just never want the words from his mouth to say, I'm done, I never want to do this at all anymore.
Yeah.
That's where I don't want it. That's where I'd have to put my foot down at that point in time.
He does, every single time.
Because I'd be like, okay, really?
He does every single time.
Really? Because he honestly, so many times when he has gone into those moments of, I'm overwhelmed.
And you guys, it's not just this. I want to quit my job. I want to quit. I just wanted everything
done. It's not just this.
It's not just this.
Yeah.
I just want to be done everything. I just want to quit everything, leave the house, just done everything. He always wants to leave. Like whenever we fight, he always wants to leave though. So that's
Well, because he said no. Did you not hear his words right there? He's done with everything. So when he's done with everything, I think he's done with me too. I'm like, do you want me to leave? I'll leave.
He always asks that. I'm like, did I say that I want you to leave?
I'm like, I don't know where I'm gonna go because I don't.
He's tried to. The one time he actually walked out.
I walked out the door and I was in the hallway
here,
and I'm like,
and he walked back in. And I was like,
I can't go anywhere.
Where'd you go?
I'm like, I'm not allowed to go anywhere.
So,
but it's one of those funny things. We want you guys to realize how much you guys mean to us.
Yes.
And to be as honest and
cried a lot
with you guys.
I cried a lot yesterday from the messages I saw, and I missed a lot of them still, so I know I'm going to cry a lot after this live show because I'm going to be catching up to them. But yeah.
Do it tomorrow at work. I'm just
joking.
joking.
No, I don't think I'll do it some
do it tomorrow at work.
Yeah, I have to catch up. I want to see what people have said, so I want to read it. I'll like everything. So once I read it, once I read your post, I'll like it. You'll know I read it. And so again, thanks again everyone for all the positive messages and just for reaching out. And there's some of you that send me personal messages, and I saw the person's name. I didn't see the actual messages yet, but I'm feeling better. Like I said earlier in the beginning of the show, I feel rested. I shaved, which is a good sign. Usually when I'm not doing well, I become Bushman.
He was on Friday when you saw that live. He was pretty bushy.
Was Bushman.
But the thing is too is you're very welcome, PJ. PJ's like, thank you so much for this. We want people to realize that we're not perfect. People kind of probably see our videos and we're always laughing and we're always happy and we're always go getter and we're always this and we're going live all this time. And yeah, that is us a good part of the time. But we do have times where we get into our own heads. Yeah. And it's okay. It's normal. It's part of life. It's part of being human. Exactly, Carol. It's being human. Yeah. And we all are human, and we have to give ourselves that right.
We do. It's true. Debbie just said sometimes you guys you need me time, and we do. We've realized that by doing so many things every single day of the week, we never had actually an evening where we could sit down and just relax, just be the two of us and just hang out. And so this is going to allow us to have that again. We're going to be able to have Fridays and Saturdays. On Saturdays, we'll be able to go out and see some friends now because we can actually go see friends.
We were actually supposed to do that last night and we actually
canceled that too.
Yeah, which we normally don't cancel on stuff like that, but we were like, you know what? If we can't do virtual stuff today, I don't
can't do
think...
in person either.
I don't think social distancing in a backyard would have been any different.
But yeah, next week we're gonna have Friday and Saturday off. We'll be able to do what we want. And then we took a week off. We're gonna take a week off every month now. So, like we said, hopefully you guys enjoy the new format, and I hope you guys are okay with it.
I think they're completely fine. I know that you guys all love us to pieces, and we love you. And we heard like the messages you guys posted, because I've been reading a lot. I'm terrible because I don't like them. I never do. I read them and I don't think about it. And he puts the finger. No, he doesn't give it.
You don't have to. You just
thumbs
up.
Like. I know, but it's my weirdness. I'm just weird. I'm weird. It's weird. I am weird. But the messages that you guys sent were so heartfelt and so loving and so just. It goes to show you that sometimes the support from this community is mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. There is no other community that I've ever been a part of that is so loving, accepting, understanding, and patient.
Yeah, for sure. Because like, no one said anything negatively about the fact that we canceled this weekend. Some locations we couldn't reach out to, like Dartmouth today, we couldn't reach out to them, and so one of the guys sent us a message asking if something was wrong and trying to see if everything was okay. And it's like, yeah, everything's just, we explained that we just canceled, but we couldn't reach out to everyone. It was just too busy to message everyone and get in touch with everyone. So, but everyone was nice. There was no negativity, and everybody let us have our time. So I'm just glad that, we've created this group of people that, we all help each other. We all just, I see all these faces on the screen here. I love having the Zoom open, guys, because we get to see your reactions as we're talking.
Yeah, you know what? The Zoom is kind of fun. I think the Sunday night Zooms is going to be really fun, too.
It's going to be a lot of fun, too. So we're going to incorporate the people on the Zoom chat in some way in the next few weeks, but it's fun to have everybody here. Okay, so mail call. Finish for the week. So we actually went to our mailbox today. We had
a beautiful little card. It says, happy day.
Oh, happy day.
Oh, happy day.
Oh, happy day.
When Jesus was.
I
feel like I'm on like Sister Act now all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Took my blues away.
And I blew away. Okay.
So this is a beautiful card. It says, Dear Nick, as I made this card today, the rainbow made me think of both of you. Happy birthday. A bit belated. You guys have been a light in the darkness of this pandemic. Thank you for the support, inspiration, laughs, tears over the year. I was like, love from Sherry. One of the Facebook peeps from Waterloo, Ontario.
Thank you, Sherry, if you're watching tonight. Thank you so much for the card.
We love getting cards.
Yeah,
they all go into our memory box.
Yeah,
actually.
So we keep them all. We actually moved things around.
Did.
That's moved now. It's not there anymore. It's here. We did some replacement.
Not much.
We
moved one thing into the spare bedroom.
We also released this week our Cupid Shuffle challenge. So I hope some of you guys will try the Cupid Shuffle. We've seen two people do it. We've seen Rosie. Rosie did it. We saw her video on Connect and in a group, and we saw someone on Connect.
Somebody else on Connect did
it
as well.
She did level 4. So it was amazing.
And again, want to emphasize, this is not for you to think, oh my goodness, I need to figure out how to do all these. No, pick whatever level you can do.
Stand in, put the song on, and just go like this. It doesn't matter. We just want people to dance and have fun and film it and to share it. You have no idea how watching someone. We've gotten so many messages from our video, how people said that day when we released it, in the States especially, it made them laugh and made their day because the riots were going on. So for them, it made their day to see just
it gave
happiness.
Them that little...
So if you can just stand up and just dance to the Cupid Shuffle and just post it in the group, someone might watch and be like, oh my God, that was so funny, it made my day. And so that's why we want to do this. We wanted people to just share themselves dancing so that we just bring happiness and joy over, because we definitely need it right now.
Thanks, Casey and Joe. That was sweet. Yep, Sister Act 2, it sure is.
We don't watch that one often. We watch Sister Act 1.
I hate to say I don't like the second one.
I love the
first one.
Corn. Oh, Commitment too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, forgot to say that at the beginning today. We should write it at the beginning, like a reminder. We always forget to say it. So this week we actually still have videos coming out because, like I said, our videos are still scheduled. Our favorite part, guys, of our channel is making our videos. That's
and
our favorite.
And then our Sundays.
And our Sunday live shows. That's our two favorite things. Doing videos for you guys, like our.
I can't wait to get cooking again.
Yes, recipes. We have one actually scheduled.
I really want to get some recipes.
One coming up.
There,
so. Okay, so on Wednesday, our WB Hacks continues. We're doing our pantry staples this time. So we cleaned our pantry we showed you guys us cleaning our pantry yesterday on that video. So now we're actually showing you what we have in that pantry that we always have on hand to make sure we can always eat our foods that we love.
And then on Saturday, we have a favorite things coming out, which is the Good Thins, which are crackers that I'm sure a lot of
Sebastiana
you
gave us some.
Sebastiana gave us some. The Good Thins that are like 2 points for like
17 or 30 some chips. It's a lot of chips.
Yeah, there's
crackers.
It's like 50 grams of crackers for 2 points, which is insane.
And then Sunday live next week at 7 p.m. we will be back. Our word of the week is activity this time.
So maybe get ready for 15 minutes of a Leslie Sandstone. We might be doing
some. So
or maybe we'll just be doing it a la Jean-Luc and Nick instead.
We'll make up our own routine.
We'll make up our own routine. Yeah, we'll make up our own routine.
So look for that next Sunday. And that's it for this week. We're nothing Friday, nothing Saturday. You know what else, guys? You know why else it's a lot of relief for me?
Corn!
Oh, because for every event we do, I have to post on 5 different social media platforms. I have to create events, graphics. It takes a lot of time, so now I get a lot of my time back. So I'm very excited to have my nights back this week. And because we're not doing workshop visits during the week this week, we're going to have our nights to just relax and just give ourselves some time to recharge. And then we'll be all happy again by next Sunday's show because I'll have rested.
I was happy still.
Yeah,
he was sad because he wasn't though.
Yeah.
That's what was making me sad.
Yeah.
That was the hardest part. Like for me, the hardest part is when I'm here and I don't know what to do to get him out of that head space. And I don't want to throw more on him by saying more to make him feel more guilty for things that I'm not trying to make him feel guilty about in the first place. So that's one of the hardest things.
So this next Saturday and Sunday, we will be visiting workshops. So we did reschedule a few locations that we were supposed to visit. So I'll name them off now. The schedule will come out sometime this week. I'm not rushing it. It's next weekend. So it'll come out sometime this week and I'll share it. So next Saturday, we'll be in Brassard, Carmel, New York, Montreal, and San Antonio, Texas. We are only doing 4 workshops next Saturday. So we get to have some of our Saturday back too. We were doing 8 to 10. So again, reducing that in half, going to less. And again, now we're just going to locations that people ask us. We're no longer visiting locations. If a location's not asked us, we're not gonna go now. It's just the way it is. It just makes it easier for us. And then Sunday?
I'm like, which is fine.
Yeah.
Why he felt bad about that. I'm like,
because I want to see everyone.
Right, but that's you. That's you, hun. Again, you're now putting this. Again,
I changed it.
You were overcommitting yourself.
Yes.
Overcommitting yourself.
Yeah, I changed it.
Yes. So where were we? You said on Sunday. So on Sunday we're gonna be in Raleigh, North Carolina. So isn't it Raleigh, North Carolina?
No, it's Raleigh, North Carolina.
Raleigh, North Carolina. Middletown, New York. Dartmouth, Las Vegas, Centennial Hills, and McKinney, Texas.
Yeah, so we'll be doing those locations.
That was a tongue twister.
Those locations next week. If any of you want us to visit, again, send us a message through social media and we'll add it to our list. Some reminders, our Facebook group. You can join it. You can find our recipes at wgaze.com/recipes.
Yep, and our P.O. Box is P.O. Box 91152, Bayview Village, Willowdale, Ontario, M2K2Y6.
Our email is www.gays@gmail.com, and you can find us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. You can find us on Twitter. Twitter, Pinterest, and TikTok. And you can find us on US and Canada Connect. Just look for #WBGays and you'll see our accounts on both platforms. So I think that's it for today. We're gonna go hang out and just relax for the rest of the night. Yeah, we are ready to just veg. I hope you guys are okay with that.
Probably going to sleep soon too.
Yes, we're gonna go to bed early tonight because feel like we need to sleep.
Yay, more sleep.
Zoom people, you can stay on a little bit longer. We'll come back and chat with you guys in a bit. But Facebook and YouTube, you guys have a great night.
Bye everybody. Bye Facebook.
And
bye.
you'll see us posting throughout the week, but you won't see us live until next Sunday. See you guys next Sunday.
Bye.